You ever see something so wrong, it doesn't move right? Not like a person, not like an animal either. Just wrong. This happened 3 years ago in the Black Hills. A group of college kids, 5 of them, drove out to do one of those overnight camping challenge videos. You know the kind, GoPro strapped on, some cheap night vision rigs, a few beers, and a whole lot of bravado. Their channel was small, but they had guts. Real adrenaline junkies. The challenge was simple. One night in the woods, no leaving the tent unless it was an emergency. They pitched up just off an old logging road. No cell signal, no help. Classic setup for a bad idea. The footage starts off dumb. Just them joking around, roasting marshmallows, daring each other to tell ghost stories. But around 2:13 a.m., the mood shifts. You can hear it in their voices. The wind had died down. Total silence. Even the crickets had stopped. Then came this dragging sound, like something pulling itself through the underbrush. They thought it was a coyote at first. One of them, Carter, peeked out with a night vision cam. And that's when he saw her. A pale figure, maybe 20 feet out. Woman, emaciated, wearing some kind of hospital gown, torn and filthy. Her skin the color of candle wax. And she wasn't standing. She was crawling. On all fours, knees bent the wrong way. Her arms jerked as if they weren't connected by bone, like her limbs was just meat pulled by strings. And her face. God, her face. The camera caught it for just a second, mouth slack, eyes bulging, like she was halfway through a scream that never ended. Then she was gone. Except she wasn't. The footage shows her, 5 of her, in different parts of the woods, all at once, frozen in different crawling poses, like a video glitch, but in real life, like time had skipped and couldn't catch up. Carter drops the camera. You hear it hit the ground. There's whispering in the background, high-pitched fast, like reversed speech. Then the screaming starts. Not hers, theirs. 2 of them run. 1 stays. The feed cuts out. They found Carter 2 days later, wandering along the tree line barefoot, blood dried on his face, talking nonsense about the woman who crawls backward through time. The others were never found. Authorities said it was a bear attack. They confiscated all the footage, all except for the copy that somehow leaked online for about 3 hours before it was pulled. I saw it. Some others did too. It looked fake, too perfect to be real. But the fear, that part wasn't fake. You could feel it raw. Animal. You ever see something that moves wrong? That twitches like it's trying to remember being human? Then you know what I mean. Because she's still out there, somewhere in the Black Hills, crawling, waiting, in 5 places at once. You ever hear static where there shouldn't be any? No radio, no signal, no tech, just air, buzzing. That's what the ranger said when he found the camp. Smoldering fire, 3 backpacks, 2 tents, 1 still zipped from the inside, and 4 cameras, all of them still running, battery fried, memory cards nearly full, no campers. This happened up in Olympic National Park, mid-October. Cold enough to bite. Rain hadn't hit yet, but the clouds were thick. The group was made up of friends from Seattle, early 30s, experienced hikers. They'd been doing this thing they called unplugged weekends. Go dark, film everything, no phones, no contact, a way to disconnect. Only this time, they never came back. What made it worse? The footage they left behind. I've seen it. Not all of it. I don't think anyone's seen all of it. But enough It starts normal. Camp setup. Laughing. One guy, Dale, tells a story about a shadow he saw on the ridge. Figured it was a deer. Another Jen jokes about Bigfoot. They're roasting sausages, drinking a little, recording everything on their camcorders and helmet cams. And then, around 11:47 p.m., something changes. The laughter fades. Nobody speaks. The last camera, still working, mounted on a tripod by the fire, records them just sitting, all four of them, legs crossed, eyes forward, just staring into the flames. No movement, no talking, no blinking. 5 hours, 5 solid hours of stillness. Even the fire doesn't flicker right. It burns too clean, too steady. Then, around 4:53 a.m., one of them, Carter, blinks, just once. And the audio shifts. You hear it if you turn the volume way up. Static, but not TV static. More like voices beneath it. Like a whispering crowd just below the surface. Can't make out the words, but something about it just crawls into your spine. Like it knows your name and doesn't want you to hear it until it's too late. The static rises. The fire flares. Like it breathes. And then they all scream. All four of them at the exact same time. The footage jerks, cuts to black. That's it. The ranger found the site 3 days later, drawn by a weird droning sound. Said it felt like the trees were humming. Found the cameras. Found the logs burned through but still warm. But no bodies, no blood. Just 4 empty boots, placed side by side around the fire. Lined up neat, they tried to cover it up. Called it exposure. Got lost. Wild animals. The usual. But here's the thing. One of the ranger's body cams, left running by mistake, picked up something while he was cataloging the scene. Just a blip. Just 1 second. The audio flared again. Same static. Same whispering. And in the background, just for a moment, you can hear them. Screaming. Still screaming. Like they never stopped. And when the fire on that footage goes out, so does the sound. Like something fed off them until it was full. There's a part of Lost Lake they don't talk about in the brochures. Real locals don't camp near the North Shore. Not anymore. Not after what happened to that boy. The footage came from a drone. Cheap night vision rig, but clear enough. A group of campers, teens mostly, some barely out of high school, took it out around midnight, just playing around. They'd been hearing strange sounds out on the water, like humming, only wet, if that makes sense. Like something breathing through the lake. The video starts normal, dark water, trees swaying. Then, about 15 minutes in, the drone locks onto a shape just beneath the surface. Pale, slender, long limbs. You can see it rise. Arms stretched first, then the head. Antlers breaking the surface like driftwood. And the eyes, bright red, burning, even in the infrared. One of the campers, Micah, 14 years old, started sleepwalking that night. His brother said he got up around 2 a.m., walked straight into the lake like it was pulling him. No sound, no struggle, just silence. When they pulled him back, he fought like a wild animal, screaming, but not in fear, in rage, like he needed to go back. Next morning he was gone. They searched for 3 days. Divers, dogs, drones, nothing. Then, just when they were giving up, he came back. Found him curled under a dead log, 2 miles upstream. Still barefoot, soaking wet. Eyes wide open like he hadn't blinked once the whole time. But he wouldn't talk. Not a word. They thought it was shock, trauma, whatever. But then he started drawing. Over and over, pages and pages filled with the same thing. This creature. Long spidery limbs. Human face stretched like melted wax. And those eyes. Red circles burned into the page with crayon so hard it tore the paper. Every single one had antlers, bent forward, like they were growing toward him. The doctors tried therapy, tried meds. Nothing helped. Then one night, his mom walked into his room and found every wall covered in the same drawing. And on the window, written in condensation, "It glows inside your dreams." That's what Micah finally said. Just once, then silence again. They moved away, left Oregon entirely. But people still go out there, still camp by Lost Lake, especially in the summer. They don't know. Or maybe they don't care. The drone footage was leaked online for a while. You had to really dig for it. Deep web forums, horror boards, most folks called it fake. CGI, viral marketing. But those who saw it, really saw it, say different. Say if you watch it alone, real late, with the lights off. The red eyes start to glow. And you start to hear whispering. Not from the video, from behind you, from the window, from the lake, even if there isn't one nearby. Micah never came back all the way. He's grown now, still mute, still drawing. But if you ask him real gentle, he'll point to those eyes and tap his own temple, then mouth the words, "It still visits when I sleep."